Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. A few of you have asked me to review or give some advice or even my opinions regarding Financial Peace Junior, and now that I have finished the program with my daughter, today I am making a video about my thoughts and opinions on Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace Junior. So, I feel like I need to preface this video and say that myself and my family are a secular family, meaning that we do not practice any sort of religion in our house, but we do teach about it. So we do teach theology, not right now, like not super intensive because they are still little, but it will definitely be something that we will be presenting in later grades with our children. We are very respectful and open to any and all religions. We appreciate everybody's right to believe what they want to believe, and I fully support anybody's relationship with their faith. I think it's wonderful. It's just not something that fits into our family. But if my children choose to, if they find a faith that they love and want to be a part of, I think that's wonderful, and I will fully support that. We will be teaching about all of them. I would love my children to be well-rounded and to learn about other people's faiths. But as far as if we practice it in our home, no, we do not. We choose to take a secular route, especially where science is concerned. So we teach Big Bang and things like that, because with homeschool, there are different approaches to science where you can teach creationism. There's also neutral science where it doesn't negate creationism or Big Bang. It kind of avoids the topics altogether. So it is something that you have to navigate in your own way, and you have to do a lot of research to figure out which fits best for you. So with that being said, for those of you who don't know about Dave Ramsey, he is sort of a financial guru, and he's kind of cornered the market on the cash envelope system and the debt snowball and things like that. And I think that's a lot of where the community on YouTube has gotten a lot of their influence from. I know there are other ideals and ways to do it out there, but I think for the most part, Dave Ramsey is probably the most highly recognized. Now, while I do not agree with or appreciate Dave Ramsey as a person or the way that he chooses to live his life or run his company, if you wade through and peel apart those layers of things at the very bare bones of what he teaches, I think there's a lot of really great things like the debt snowball, like the emergency fund, like the cash envelopes. There are a lot of things that I disagree with as far as, credit scores go and tithing and things like that, but that's all extremely personal, and I could do a whole other video on that. But so to kind of, I say all that to give you fair warning that this program does have a little bit of religion sprinkled throughout it, but I did make it as secular as possible when presenting it to my daughter. So you can take it for what it is, and I will show you all of it throughout. But if this is a program that you pick up for your family and you're secular, maybe you can get some ideas of how to kind of omit things and change them to see what works for you. If you're Christian and are wanting to try this program, that's wonderful because it's already kind of sprinkled throughout for you. So without further ado, I purchased this a few years ago when I was looking for math curriculum for my daughter. So this is the box that you will get. And on the box, it says ages 3 to 12. Right off, I don't agree with that at all. And you'll see why when I open the book and tell you. This is probably at the youngest, if you were going to use the workbook for what it is, at least 8 years old, at least, because there's multiplication in the workbook. But if you were just to be introducing money and saving and things like that, for sure, younger kids, I know my 3-year-old would be like, what are you even saying to me right now? So I definitely think that that is being very generous. I would say maybe kindergarten if you want to start with introducing spending and saving and things like that with your children. So when you open the box, it is going to look like this, and it kind of tells you step by step what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to introduce the program to your child. You also, now with this, I don't know if it's the same thing because like I said, I purchased it a few years ago. You would get a free copy of Smart Money, Smart Kids ebook and video lessons with that as well. There's instructions that tell you how to do that. And then you remove that, and then this is the view that you get. Now, we have already started our program, so obviously my daughter's money is in there, but it comes with 3 little cash envelopes, which my daughter was so excited about. And they kind of incorporate little characters into the stories. So this is the save envelope, and there is a spend envelope, and then there is a give envelope, which I will expand on because this is a Christian program, it does talk about tithing. So, and I can tell you what we did with that envelope, just to kind of bring it back around for being secular and what we did with that. So the other thing that this comes with is a magnetic chore chart. So this is how my daughter is currently using it. This is how we have ours set up, but it comes with a ton of magnetic chores that you can kind of pick through and kind of make based on what you discuss with your child and what you want to do. You can price it out per chore. So it says like their name, the week of, what they're saving for, how much it costs, current amount saved. This week, their allowance, in the book, they refer to it as a commission. And this week I will give to. So there's a few aspects of it that we don't use, but that's okay because it's doable. It's workable. So we just keep this on our refrigerator, and she's able to kind of cross off what she did. But I really liked that we could talk about and pick and choose which chores she wanted to do, and that as she gets older and things change, there's still tons of other options. So it was really nice that it's customizable and that there's tons and tons of options. Otherwise, you can just write in if there's something that's not on here. So it does come with this really good quality chore chart, which I thought was really nice. So the other thing that it comes with is the parent's guide, and I didn't really use this all that much. Even just opening up to chapter 1, you can see that there is a Bible verse, but it talks to you about why talking to your children about money is important, ages and stages, so what appropriate chores would be for different ages, and it gives you kind of ideas for that. Talks about debt. He talks a little bit about his daughter, Rachel, and what he did for her, how to make it work. So rewards and incentives, things like that. So there's some tips and tricks in here. I did browse through it a little bit, but I didn't really lean on it too heavily when I was introducing this program to my daughter. The bulk of this program is the junior's activity book. And in here, it's basically stories about this little boy named Junior, and he has a couple of friends too that get introduced throughout it. And it says things like he does chores to earn commissions. And let's see, so it starts with working. It goes through step 1. So each day we talked about something different. So we talked about lesson 1, working, what we do to earn money. So that was like the introduction of her chores. We talked about which chores she would be choosing to do around the house. And that's when we planned out our chore chart. And then it goes into a lesson about spending. and it gives you stories about Junior and how he spent his money, and then we get into the math problems. And I did have to work through those with her because it immediately jumps into multiplication. So we have not touched on that. My daughter's in 2nd grade, but we have not introduced multiplication yet. So, and then at the bottom, of course, there's a Bible verse, but it was really easy to leave it out because it's really just at the bottom of a page. He doesn't like work it into the story that you read very much, so it was pretty easy to leave out if you wanted to or needed to. I really did like the lessons that were in here. This was probably my favorite lesson, and it's how to spend. So he talks about if you have a spend envelope and you want to go to the carnival, you allocate, you know, $5 for rides, $5 for food, things like that. And he puts in a really nice lesson in here about Junior using all of his money to win a prize, and then he had no money left over. So that was really nice. But then it gives her $20, and she had to pick and choose what she was going to do at the carnival. And so it kind of really helped her to see the value of her dollars. So that was really nice. There's coloring pages and things like that. And so the only tricky part that got into that I found was the giving section. So I guess the giving part for me, which well, I guess it really wasn't a problem, but obviously we don't tithe in our family. We don't go to church. We do give in our own ways privately to charities and organizations that are near and dear to us. However, I don't think that is the responsibility of my 8-year-old quite yet. And so instead of her giving envelope, because we do practice giving with her through other ways, and already she wants to save some of her money to give to her brother, and she developed that on her own. I think there are many, many ways to introduce giving and selflessness to your child. And tithing is a great one. It's just not one that works for our family. So with that being said, we decided to turn her giving envelope into a long-term savings envelope. So now Layla has a spend envelope. She has a short-term saving for things that she wants to save up for, like a toy or a book or something like that. And then we have long-term savings where we talked about things that she would need to save for long-term, such as a car or her education or you know, a trip with her friends or something like that. So we decided to turn it into that. But we did talk about giving and what that means. And, you know, we have conversations all the time, you know, that she sees people who are homeless with signs, and we've talked about that and what we could do to help them. And it's not that we prevent them from going to church. She goes to church with my in-laws all the time. So it's definitely not something that is omitted from her life. I just think that it's her decision and it's her money. And I don't think that an 8-year-old is necessarily ready to bear the burden of expected giving yet. So that is just my opinion. That's how we parent. How you parent is wonderful, and you are enough, and your children are enough, and I think what you're doing is great. Please do not perceive this in any other way other than me telling you what we do and how we have adjusted this to fit in with our family. So she can do whatever she wants with her spending money. She already was super excited and asked me to take her to Target. And while we were at Target, she learned about price matching and couponing. And it's been a really incredible experience for the both of us. I'm really excited to see money and fruits of labor through her eyes, because it is very exciting. It's a very exciting time in her life right now. and she's getting bigger, and it's very sad as well. But I am really excited that she now feels like some sort of power and control over her own finances, which is, I definitely think, really important. I didn't have that experience as a child. Everything that I know about money now, I've learned within like the past couple of years. So I'm really glad that I can provide her with this opportunity. The last thing that this comes with is the Launchpad sheet and stickers, and you get access to their Launchpad website where there's further activities, which I think are so fun. I've already found a few of them that I want to do with her, like one night they pretend to be the waiters for dinner, and they give you prices, and they figure out your total and your bill and things like that, which I think is super great and really hands-on. And then they earn the stickers and they can put it on their chart, which is awesome. So with that being said, I really think that the bare bones of this program is wonderful. I think that it kind of presents it in a very simple way, in a very relatable way for children. I think that it's super easy to cater to any religion. It's very easy to omit the parts that you don't like and to change it up for yourself. I would absolutely buy it again. I think that it could be beneficial to any child, but I do disagree with the age range of 3 to 12. I do think it would be more appropriate at the very youngest, kindergarten. I think second grade was a sweet spot to introduce this. So with that being said, I really like the program. I hope that you found this video helpful, and I will post a link below to where I purchased it. And oddly enough, I purchased it from christianbooks.com because unfortunately that's the only place that I can find a lot of my homeschool curriculum. So yeah, if you have any questions about the program or comments, please leave them down below. I love chatting about this program. I love chatting about kids and money. Yeah. So I hope you really like this video. I know it was very hard for me to make this video just because talking about religion is such a taboo thing, and it can definitely be a sensitive subject. And it is a sensitive subject, and especially now in this climate that we are living in. So I hope I did it some justice. I hope I didn't offend anybody, because I would absolutely hate to do that. But yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell option to get notified when I post my next one. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.